Here we are with Brian Rodriguez of Gatorworks, and he's doing an interview for us for Sense to tell us more about his story and about how he's created a successful company. So Brian, real quick, tell us your quick story, your 30-second pitch, and what Gatorworks is, what services y'all provide.
Sure. Yeah, I'm the owner of Gatorworks Web Design. We've been here in Baton Rouge now for 9 years. I actually started the company as a student at LSU. Okay. That was, I guess I started at the summer of my senior year of high school, and then it grew at, during my time at LSU from 2002 to 2006. And we provide web design services for small businesses, and then we also develop web applications.
Okay.
So
great, man. And there's a lot of people out there, that'll be watching this video that have a great idea, Brian. Whether it's technology based or a simple retail company or a food idea, talk about a little bit some of your techniques from taking an idea to reality. I know you've kind of built Gatorworks up over time through hard work, but thinking back to those early days, what are some techniques to take an idea and turn it into reality?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I guess just like any sort of idea or business that you're trying to start, or some sort of venture, you have to start with a plan. Every business needs a business plan. You need to be able to do some market research and kind of know what you're getting yourself into before you take the leap.
Right.
I think sometimes what happens though is people tend to follow the plan too much to the point to where it's almost a detriment to their success and moving forward. So you want to have a clear picture of where you're going, but you also need to be able to adapt to your surroundings and be able to change your plan as things are changing around you.
That's great.
So
that's great. And then you talked about something about focus, a focus thing you use to take ideas as your business is growing and turn those ideas into reality.
Right. Yeah. At Gatorworks we have what we call the one-page focus plan, and it's something that I learned through Entrepreneurs Organization known as EO. I'm in the Accelerator program, which is a small group of entrepreneurs in the Baton Rouge, New Orleans area, and we meet 4 times a year and focus on growing our business in 4 key areas. It's strategy, people, sales and marketing, and finance.
Okay.
And through the one-page focus plan, each business owner writes down the goals that they have for the next 3 months and the next 6 months, the actions that we plan to take to achieve those goals, and then some target dates and some people that we need on our team in order to achieve those goals.
Okay.
So we, EEO kind of encourages, our group of entrepreneurs to have a very clear written plan of what we're trying to achieve over the next 3 months, 6 months, or next year. So
right, and then short-term goals, would you say, are crucial to the growth of your business?
Sure, yeah. It's very easy as a business owner to be very reactive, to just come to work every day and just kind of phone rings and you answer it, and you do this and that and that.
Get distracted.
Right, you get distracted and you get caught up just running your everyday business. If you don't have some overall goals that you're trying to achieve and some kind of clear vision and picture of where you're going, and it can be extremely challenging. So you want to have that stuff thought out and then written down so that you can refer to it and hold yourself accountable.
Right,
So.
and you said when it comes to goal setting, you use an acronym?
Yeah, ARMED. Achievable, realistic, measurable, and dated. So every goal should be ARMED. Yep.
Okay, good. And then the second thing I wanted to touch on with you, Brian, was challenges. And really I believe that an entrepreneur is nothing more than an average person that's able to overcome more challenges than the next person. So the first challenge I say with you would be being young, starting a business as a 17, 18-year-old. What was that like?
Yeah, it was very interesting. I can't tell you how many meetings that I had with clients that cut me off right in mid-sentence and asked me how old I was.
Right.
And so it was a huge challenge. I mean, once I got some of those early clients and I was able to produce good work, then eventually I was able to just show our portfolio. When clients doubted, you don't have experience in this field, why are you trying to tell me to spend that kind of money on a website? You look like you're you're in high school, you know.
Right.
So eventually our works, spoke for itself. I'd mention clients that we've worked with, I'd show, completed projects, and that would sell it. But those early clients, it was very difficult. I found that there was two types of clients usually. There was one type that was impressed by it, like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. I want to work with somebody who's got that drive, who's young and starting out with the business. And then the other type is the kind of we're talking about where they saw it as a disadvantage.
Right.
So.
And then, without those first clients, if you would have waited till you were older to start your business, you would have never really started. So, you got to go through that point, right?
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, as a student coming out of LSU, there's so many reasons not to start a business, and you have sometimes family or friends that laugh at your ideas or tell you, oh man, go out and get a real job. I used to hear that one all the time.
Right.
When it comes right down to it, if you have a good idea, and you believe in your idea and you're passionate about it and it's well thought out and you have a plan to start it, then just start it. Just go out there and do it. You know?
That's beautiful, man. No, that's what it's about. And another challenge I would I'd say just touch on real quick would be cash flow. That's the biggest. I'd have to agree. The biggest thing would be cash flow when it comes to starting a business.
Yeah,
what are some of your solutions?
Well, I wish I had it figured out.
Right.
Cash is always king, and I'm sure most small business owners can tell you those early years can be really difficult with cash flow. I know. For my situation, I've been able to get better with our cash flow by kind of restructuring the way that we handle our contracts. We used to charge 50% up front and then 50% at the end, whereas now we have some milestone payments through the life of the contract that helps bring in money, on a more regular basis.
Right.
And for our websites, we now have maintenance contracts where we can provide services, ongoing to clients, so we receive residual income. So it's
creative.
Yeah, you just have to. A lot of what I've learned, and I'm sure many entrepreneurs tell you the same thing, is trial and error. And after a long time of realizing, oh man, I'm barely, the cash flow is crazy. You might have thousands and thousands in accounts receivable, but if you don't have it on the day that you need it, then it can be extremely challenging. So, I'm sure I'm just like any other business owner who, you start to see an issue and you're like, okay, well we need to change some things up, and so for us we just restructured a lot of business, a lot of the way that we handle business.
Right. You got creative, and that's literally for most businesses that's the make or break point. Unless you find a way to solve the cash flow deal, then you're either going up or you're going out.
Sure.